All right, so welcome back, everybody, for another deep dive. And today we are going to be looking at something I think pretty spooky. It's a fictional story called The Shadow on the 10th Floor.
Ooh, okay.
And it's got me thinking about fear and how we deal with fear. Like, what happens when we're confronted with something that seems impossible or unexplainable?
Yeah, that's a great question. And the story sounds fascinating already.
So just to set the scene, we've got Ravi. He's just moved into a new apartment.
Yeah.
And from the very beginning, like literally from the moment he steps into this place, there's this feeling that something's off. Like, have you ever had that? Like, you walk into a room and even though it looks totally normal, there's just this like chill you get, like you're not alone.
Oh, totally. I think we've all probably felt that at some point. It's like those gut feelings, those intuitive senses that something's not right, even if you can't quite put your finger on why.
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about this story. It like taps into that primal instinct right from the get-go.
It does. It's really well done how the author sets that up.
Okay, so we've got this sense of unease, and then things start to escalate. Like every single night at 3 a.m., Ravi sees this shadowy figure outside his window.
Wait, hold on. Outside his window on the 10th floor.
Yeah, on the 10th floor.
Wow, that's just creepy right there. I mean,
Logically, it makes no sense.
it makes zero sense. Like, how is that even possible? Like, it plays on that fear of the impossible, right? Like the things that we can't explain.
Totally. And this isn't just like a quick glimpse of something out of the corner of your eye.
Right.
This shadow is like, it's pressing against the glass. It's tapping like it's trying to get Ravi's attention.
It wants to be seen.
Exactly. And that's what's so freaky about it. It's not just a passive haunting. It's almost like this shadow was trying to communicate or engage with Ravi. And then there's the timing,
Yeah.
3:00 a.m.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. 3.0. Yeah.
I mean, what is it about that time?
Oh, there's so many different like cultural associations with 3.0 a.m. Like, in lots of cultures, it's associated with like vulnerability, the thinning of the veil, between worlds and stuff. I don't know. It's like a time when things feel a little bit off.
Totally. Like it adds this whole other layer to the story.
It does.
Okay, so Ravi's obviously freaking out, like this is happening every night. He can't sleep. He's getting more and more anxious. And finally, he decides he's going to confront this shadow head on.
Oh, boy. That's never a good idea in these stories, is it?
No, it's not. So he like rips open the curtains, ready to face whatever's out there, and there's nothing there.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
So it's gone.
Well, not exactly. See, because when he turns back around, the shadow is now inside his room,
Whoa, what?
and it's smiling.
No way. That just sent chills down my spine and it's smiling. What do you think that means?
It's so creepy, right?
Right.
Like, it's almost like his fear gave it permission to come in.
It's like by trying to deny it or confront it externally, he somehow brought it into his internal world, which is, I think, such a powerful theme, that happens in real life too. Like when we try to push away our fears or ignore them, sometimes they just come back even stronger.
Right. And that makes me think about how we all deal with anxiety in our own lives. Do we try to rationalize it away or do we actually face it head on? What's the healthier approach?
Yeah.
And I think that's one of the things this story's really getting at.
It is. I mean, and then there's that final image, right? The shadow inside smiling. Like, what does that smile mean? Is it malevolent, knowing, or is it something else entirely?
Yeah, that's what makes it so unsettling. You don't know whether to be terrified or maybe even like, is it a sympathetic smile?
Right. It's ambiguous.
Yeah, and it makes you question everything you thought you knew about the shadow.
Totally.
And I think that's maybe the point, right? Is like fear itself is ambiguous. It's not always a bad thing. It can be uncomfortable for sure, but maybe it can also be a catalyst for us to grow or to understand ourselves better.
Yeah. That's a really interesting way to look at it.
Yeah, like what if instead of running from our fears, we actually try to listen to them? Maybe they're trying to tell us something important about ourselves,
Yeah, maybe our fears are just projections of our own anxieties. And if we can figure out what's causing those anxieties, maybe we can, start to deal with the fear itself.
Exactly. And that's maybe the key to understanding not just this creepy story, but ourselves as well.
I love that. That's a great takeaway.
Hey, thanks for joining me on this deep dive. It's been a creepy one,
Yeah.
but hopefully we've all learned a little something about ourselves along the way.
I know I have.
And who knows, maybe we'll see you next time for another deep dive into the unknown.
Until then,
Take care, everyone.
bye.